The unraveling of D'Angelo Reyes's career began on April 17, 2023, when a seemingly routine patrol took a dark turn, caught entirely on his own body camera. That evening, Reyes encountered a woman while on duty. Their initial exchange seemed innocent enough, but things quickly took an unsettling turn. Reyes's demeanor shifted as he peppered the woman with personal questions, many of which bordered on intrusive.
I'm Eric.
Nice to meet you.
You're sexy. Is that unprofessional of me? I don't know. I'm sorry, but like, I'm just like, damn. You just chilling tonight?
I mean, probably.
Okay.
At first, the woman played along, likely trying to defuse the situation, but the conversation grew more invasive. The questions weren't about her safety or well-being, but about her private life, her living situation, and other details that made her increasingly uneasy.
If I'm wandering around, where should I wander?
Probably somewhere around the Studio Star.
At the Studio Star. Okay.
Most people call me Red.
Red? You got a room? Okay.
Hours after the encounter, things escalated. According to the woman, Reyes accessed her criminal history through the police database, a clear breach of protocol. Armed with this information, he reportedly contacted her again, using her past offenses as leverage. His message was chilling. Someone with her record could easily find themselves back behind bars.
It's me and my dog Felony.
Oh, really? Okay.
Later that night, according to the woman's account, Reyes contacted her again, raising additional questions and implying that she might be involved in prostitution. Reyes reportedly looked her up in the police database, uncovering a criminal record. He used this information to intimidate her.
It was this moment that shifted the dynamic from uncomfortable to downright threatening. The woman later alleged that Reyes used this intimidation to coerce her into a sexual encounter,
reportedly saying that it wouldn't be difficult for someone with her record to end up back in jail. The woman alleged that Reyes sexually assaulted her. When the Special Victims Unit confronted Reyes.
When the Special Victims Unit began investigating, Reyes initially denied any wrongdoing. His defense? The interaction had been consensual. But his story unraveled under scrutiny. Investigators found inconsistencies in his account, and the body camera footage painted a starkly different picture of the events.
He initially denied the accusation, suggesting that the woman was a homicide suspect. However, after further questioning, he admitted to having consensual sex with her, a claim he would later defend as a misjudgment rather than a criminal act.
By early June, the walls were closing in. On June 9th, Reyes resigned from the Tulsa Police Department, citing personal reasons. But this wasn't a clean exit. The very next day, he was arrested on charges of first-degree rape, sending shockwaves through the department and the community.
Reyes resigned from the police force on June 9th, with his arrest following the very next day on charges of first-degree rape.
Reyes maintained his innocence, claiming his actions were merely a lapse in judgment. However, he couldn't deny the unprofessional conduct captured on video, a point he admitted during questioning.
While he maintained his innocence, he acknowledged that his conduct had been unprofessional.
The incident that brought Deputy Brian D. Lee's actions to light began like any other traffic stop. He pulled over a vehicle with two women inside, citing a minor infraction. But instead of conducting a professional investigation, Lee's demeanor took an unsettling turn.
I'm trying to get a nice white guy to take me home. Just take her home and handcuff her and just do it.
That was just that like orange carpet last week, so. I would have saw you.
Lee's tone was casual, but his comments quickly crossed the line. Instead of focusing on the alleged traffic violation, he made inappropriate remarks about the driver's outfit, joking about her appearance in a way that left her visibly uncomfortable.
You probably wouldn't have
a nice white guy.
You probably wouldn't have had to call your
to
cousin.
take me home, and I'm wearing a little dress. I'm dressed like a hooker. We did go there. What more do I have to do? I don't know what you want me to do, but I'm just telling you.
The driver, clearly caught off guard, tried to laugh it off, but the interaction only grew more invasive. Lee asked her to step out of the car for what he claimed was a field sobriety test, but what should have been a straightforward procedure turned into an opportunity for further inappropriate behavior.
Yep, after I run it.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you're not wanted at Newark.
What do you want me to do?
Just come on out.
Okay.
Stand out here in front of my car there for me.
That's fine. Take my dress off, sorry. Pull your dress down. What do you want me to do?
Then stand right there in front of my car. I just wanted you nothing there.
No, I did drink a couple glasses of wine earlier at dinner.
As the driver stood in front of Lee's patrol car, she complied with his instructions to perform the test. However, instead of maintaining a professional distance, Lee continued making suggestive comments, turning what should have been a serious moment into a disturbing exchange.
Look up here for me. What I want you to do is look at the tip of this pen here with your eyes only, okay? Nope. All right. Go ahead and put your hands up here and hold your chin. That way you can hold your head straight. Right. Are you able to see the tip of the pen here?
Yeah.
Again, follow this with your eyes only.
When it became clear that the driver wasn't intoxicated, Lee allowed her to return to the vehicle. But instead of concluding the stop, he shifted his attention to the passenger. The focus on the passenger marked a chilling escalation. Lee directed her to step out of the car, claiming he needed additional information. Once outside, his demeanor grew more intrusive. He reportedly made advances and even requested a photograph with his hand placed on her chest.
You don't know.
1 second here.
It's a black car.
1 second here.
The passenger later reported the incident, which sparked an FBI investigation into Lee's conduct. What investigators uncovered was even more troubling. The body cam footage wasn't an isolated incident. It was part of a broader pattern of behavior.
After the passenger reported these interactions, the FBI launched a deeper investigation into Lee's actions. They discovered that he had manipulated multiple women in similar ways.
According to federal prosecutors, Lee had repeatedly used his position as a deputy to exploit and manipulate women during traffic stops. He leveraged the authority of his badge to intimidate his victims, making them feel powerless to resist his advances.
Often leveraging his authority to make advances. This disturbing behavior ultimately led to his arrest.
The investigation culminated in Lee's arrest and eventual conviction. In a federal courtroom, Lee was sentenced to 5 years in prison for violating the civil rights of the women he targeted. The sentence was a stark reminder that even those sworn to uphold the law are not above it.
With a federal court sentencing him to 5 years in prison for violating the civil rights of those he had targeted.
A routine DUI arrest took a dark turn when Deputy Miller later proposed a shady late-night meeting with 34-year-old Ashley Roberts. Sensing danger, Roberts bravely recorded the encounter, capturing Miller's veiled offers to help with her case if she complied with his demands. The recording not only exposed Miller's misconduct, but also revealed troubling cracks in the system meant to hold officers accountable.
Miss Roberts, come on up.
I know how to get rid of them.
Well, how is that?
Well, I gotta just talk to the DA.
Well, I know that's how you can get rid of them, but me, on the other hand...
That's up to you.
The recording revealed that Miller wasn't just offering legal leniency, he was attempting to use alcohol as a bargaining chip. He handed her a beer, a move designed to lower her defenses and assert control.
The whole reason I gave you the beer
Uh-huh.
is leverage.
Oh. What leverage would that be?
Well,
Roberts' instincts proved correct. She quickly realized that Miller's intentions went beyond her case and had little to do with justice. Instead of succumbing to his demands, she stood her ground. By recording their exchange, she ensured that his words and actions would not go unnoticed.
I got a unit sitting over there.
So what are you trying to do? You trying to blackmail me or something?
Yeah.
Oh, it ain't gonna work.
It won't?
No.
I'm just messing with you.
Okay.
The recording painted a damning picture of a law enforcement officer abusing his authority for personal gain. It revealed a calculated effort to exploit a vulnerable individual, using the very power entrusted to him by the badge.
Yeah, I'm sure.
God almighty.
Sorry.
Can't you give me the dignity of a boob shot?
Sorry.
One boob.
Please don't fault me for that.
I really don't want to have sex with you. I just with you.
I have.
I mean, I would, because you're not a bad looking girl. You just need to straighten your ass out.
When Roberts turned over the recording to the authorities, the reaction was swift. The Monroe County Sheriff's Department wasted no time in placing Miller on administrative leave. The case caught the attention of both state and federal investigators, who began to scrutinize Miller's actions with a fine-tooth comb. The recording served as irrefutable evidence, leaving little room for Miller to deny the allegations. His calculated manipulation, captured in his own words, became the foundation for his eventual downfall.
When Roberts handed the recording over to the authorities, it led to immediate action. The Monroe County Sheriff's Department placed Miller on administrative leave and launched an investigation involving both state and federal agencies.
Miller's actions didn't just tarnish his reputation, they shattered the trust between law enforcement and the community. He was ultimately sentenced to 8 years of probation, a punishment that many felt was lenient given the gravity of his misconduct. In addition, he was barred from ever working in law enforcement again, a small but significant step in ensuring he could no longer abuse the power of the badge.
He was sentenced to 8 years of probation, and he was banned from several counties in Georgia, unable to work in law enforcement again.
Tennessee Highway Patrol Trooper Isaiah Lloyd's actions came under scrutiny after 2 traffic stops involving the same driver in a single day raised serious concerns. What began as routine enforcement quickly spiraled into a controversy over the line between lawful protocol and alleged harassment.
While he's doing that, do you take any prescription medication or anything?
The incident centered around Patricia Wilson, a Tennessee resident driving through the area with her 2 children. The first stop occurred during the morning when Trooper Lloyd pulled Wilson over for a seatbelt violation. What should have been a straightforward interaction escalated into an uncomfortable encounter that left Wilson questioning the trooper's motives.
No, I swear to God, I can say no, I'm telling you now, no drugs, no nothing, no alcohol. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Ma'am.
Dashcam footage from the first stop shows Lloyd standing beside Wilson's vehicle and engaging her in standard questioning. However, the situation took an unsettling turn when Lloyd requested that Wilson step out of the car. He claimed it was necessary for a pat-down search and sobriety test.
Sorry. What? I'm thinking of my mom over here. No. I do no drugs, no nothing. Swear to God.
Down real quick before we do anything. Before his voice.
Lloyd asked her to place her hands on the hood of his patrol car and began what Wilson later described as an invasive search. She complied, but her discomfort was evident. Wilson insisted she was sober, repeatedly stating that she had not consumed anything that would impair her ability to drive. The situation became more invasive when Lloyd asked her to shake out her bra, claiming it was a precaution to check for hidden contraband.
Nothing. Yes.
So what you do is follow my fingers right now.
The dashcam footage captured Wilson's visible unease as she followed his instructions. She later said that the entire encounter felt unnecessary and humiliating.
I can't sleep. It is? I told them specifically I wanted nothing narcotic. Well, I took that for, I think, not even a month, and I thought it didn't work for me.
Later that same day, as Wilson drove home with her 2 young children in the car, she noticed flashing lights in her rearview mirror once again. It was Trooper Lloyd. This time, he cited her for overly tinted windows and swerving on the road. Wilson's frustration grew. She couldn't understand why she was being stopped again, especially since she hadn't made any abrupt lane changes or exhibited erratic driving. The presence of her children in the car only added to her distress. During the second stop, Lloyd's demeanor was reportedly more curt, and Wilson felt targeted. Her children, confused and scared, asked why they were being stopped again. Later on, Wilson told reporters she felt like he was looking for something to pin on her. The 2 stops prompted Wilson to take action. She filed a $100,000 lawsuit against Trooper Lloyd and the Tennessee Highway Patrol, alleging harassment and inappropriate conduct.
Long story short, she filed a $100,000 lawsuit alleging harassment and inappropriate conduct during both stops.
The lawsuit highlighted the first stop in particular, pointing to Lloyd's pat-down and his request for her to adjust her bra as examples of overreach. Wilson argued that these actions went beyond what was necessary for a routine seatbelt violation. Dashcam footage from the first stop became a focal point of the investigation. While Lloyd defended his actions as standard protocol, critics questioned whether he had crossed a line, especially when he asked Wilson to shake out her bra. The controversy surrounding Trooper Lloyd's actions sparked a broader debate about the balance between law enforcement procedures and individual rights. Advocates for accountability in policing argued that the stops demonstrated a misuse of authority, while others contended that Lloyd was simply doing his job.